30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice on a Thursday night all across the country on your TVs, of course, on the radio, 103.9 LI News Radio. Glad you're all in on a Thursday. Slick's going to do some more sports. Delgado and Vin have news. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Please welcome back to the show one of our favorite guests. He is the Senior Vice President over at AMAC Action, and that, of course, is Andy Mangione. Andy, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Doing great, Damon. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure to have you on. We appreciate you giving us a few moments every now and then. A lot of talk in the news, obviously, about President Trump's one beautiful big bill, and a lot of people love it. A lot of people have some problems with it. The president himself said there's some things he loves about it, some things he maybe not loves about it. AMAC members obviously are invested in a bill like this. I know you guys were very engaged all around the country. So just a couple things here. How did AMAC members mobilize to help get this bill passed?
Well, Damon, AMAC members responded to our call to action by sending over 14,400 messages to their members of Congress within 72 hours. Our campaign concluded on Wednesday of last week, and the bill passed the following Thursday. AMAC members were very engaged in this issue, and their advocacy played a role in getting this bill passed in the House.
So if you had to point to a couple things in the bill, I mean, obviously it covers a lot of ground, this bill. If you had to point to a couple things in particular that would be really important to AMAC members, what would they be?
Well, Damon, let's start with extending the Trump tax cuts. Many of our members are still working, and many own small businesses, and the extension of these tax cuts allows them to make investments to grow their businesses and boost the economy. The bill also gives Social Security beneficiaries additional tax deductions, giving them more money for their retirement, and the bill finishes President Trump's border wall and wraps up deportation efforts. And these are just a few of the bill's measures that are of distinct interest to AMAC members.
Let's talk about the PBM reforms. How would the PBM reforms affect AMAC members, and why is that important to them?
Well, there are huge transparency provisions in the bill for pharmacy benefit managers that work with the Medicare program. For example, the bill gives Medicare plan sponsors the power to audit PBMs annually with penalties for noncompliance. The bill also requires PBMs to support a report annually to HHS that importantly includes justifications for favorable drug formulary status of branded products over cheaper generic or biosimilar alternative drugs. Pricing games, fee structures, and bonuses that are tied to drug costs will all be under scrutiny, Damon, and all of these measures are aimed at reducing premiums and out-of-pocket expenses for Medicare beneficiaries.
Yeah. And I know obviously you can't see into the future, but obviously the bill has passed the House. It goes over to the Senate. There's a lot of discussion from senators right now that they're not happy with the financial end of this, what it does to the deficit, the spending, the lack of serious cuts. You're obviously outlining some of the important stuff that's in there that maybe people don't think about. And obviously, as they hear the media and everybody just talking about the spending. But in your best guess here, what do you think happens with this bill next?
Well, it's going to be interesting when it goes to the Senate, what version of the bill we get once the Senate completes their deliberations. The president's already said that he's open to changes. We'd like to see deeper cuts, but we do know this, Damon. AMAC members will be watching and ready to mobilize again, this time to pressure the Senate to pass this important legislation. We got to get it over the finish line.
Andy Mangione from AMAC. He's your Senior Vice President of AMAC Action. Of course, amac.us/Studio 6B is where you can go if you're not an AMAC member already. I don't know what you're waiting for. I think it's $16 for the entire year. Go to amac.us/Studio 6B right now, amac.us/Studio 6B. Andy, always a pleasure to have you on for a few moments. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Damon. My pleasure.